Hey guys, this is Casual with the NerdHammer.net Battle Report, and here today I have a Kings of War report. This is going to be my Kingdom of Men versus Rob Skaven, or Ratmen, whatever. Um, last Sunday, Nerdhammer crew got together, about six of us, and got together for some beer and some games, and I got two battle reports out of it. So, Kings of War I'm pretty new to. I played one game of doubles, and I really didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of paying attention to the rules, but I didn't build my list myself or anything like that. There's a growing scene in my area, so I figure if I want to be playing in tournaments and stuff, I'm just gonna have to learn to adapt and play the game that everybody's playing in my area. So that's what I'm doing. So let's do some Kings of War. I bring the Empire out for the Kingdom of Men army, and here on this side, I think this is a unit of Shield Guard, is it? I don't know. They have high defense. I think it's 5 or 6. I got a general on a Pegasus here. This is a bolt thrower, a ballista. A unit of knights behind this forest, and they have pathfinders, so they're going to be easily able to go through it. In this burly picture, my steam tank is a Beast of War. I have my BSB behind him, and this unit here is a unit of the rifles, guys with rifles, Arbequii, something, catapult in the back. Big unit of foot guard. I could have those mixed up. Maybe this is the foot guard. I forget. Just a horde of them. These are the guys that have a 4-up defense. I think the left side is the foot guard and this is the shield guard. I don't know, something like that. I'll get better with the names, I promise. The knights here in the back, I have a wizard. She has lightning bolt and bane chant. I have a troop of archers and another general on a Pegasus. It's not the general on a winged beast. They're a little bit more points, but I like what these guys are bringing. The other one has a 6-up defense, bottom that armor that gives them 6-up. And over here on the right flank is a unit of mounted scouts. They do have bows. And on Rob's side, Rat Ogre type guys, slaves. I think this might be his BSB back here. Big unit, a horde of almost like storm vermin, I guess. That's why he's using storm vermin. Weapons team, unit of slaves, and his wizard here. I forget what his wizard has. Maybe Bane Chant. Not 100% sure. Another weapons team, big unit. I think these are like slaves. I think that's a horde of slaves. I think these guys here are some kind of a plague unit, and the unit of the ogres, the rat ogres with the guns, who can shoot, and I think they have Pathfinder and another. And tucked in behind here is his Vermin Lord. He flies, so I gotta watch out for the range on that guy. He can fly 20, and then the A-bomb on the right side. So turn 1, rats go first. He pushes up like so. Nothing very consequential in magic or shooting. He did fly his Vermin Lord up here in the woods, and 20 inches is very long, and he has a good line of sight here to get into anything he really wants to. I didn't really plan on him being aggressive with him. I thought he was maybe just going to kind of sit back, wait for the rest of his army to get up, and then maybe fly him in the back and pull up some rear charges or flanks. I'm really not sure how I'm going to handle him yet. I kind of like maybe my general going into him and holding him up, or just getting a horde on him and, I don't know, try to grind him down or something. I'm not sure how many attacks he puts out. I know he's pretty nasty, but yeah, we'll have to see how everything works out. He moves his A-bomb up this way. Doesn't have the best movement, but he's holding him back a little bit because I do have, two really good range in the catapult and the treb, or the catapult and the ballista. So on my turn 1, I move up like such. I'm just getting these guys up here on the left flank to try to hold up anything that's coming on this side of the hill. My general, I'm just holding back. I'm going to try to get some shooting out. The Beast of War has a bolt thrower also. And yeah, so that's what it's looking like. I'm just kind of letting them come up into it and try to take some shots. Over here, I bring the yeoman to kind of plug up this hole. I know nothing's coming around the backside, so it gives me some options with some flank charges. Scouts aren't the greatest, but I mean, doubling attacks on the side, or if I can get them into the rear, is pretty nice. I am taking bow shots at his vermin lord in the woods here, and I do put 4 wounds on it, but he, wasn't wavered or anything. And take some shots here at the slave unit and do 5. I was just kind of hoping to get a quick route on them to just disrupt this left side. This is all the way on my left side. So turn 2, Rats. He moves up like such on this left side. He's going to apply some pressure. I kind of like how far back he is yet. He's pushing these slave units up, and I'm okay with them. I can probably get through them pretty quickly. These guys actually hit on a 3-up. So I'm not afraid to charge. The counter charge is going to be an issue, but really I'm looking at the center and trying to delay a little bit, kind of use some, delay tactics on this left side, because I'm not really sure how hard these rat ogres hit. I imagine they hit pretty hard in a horde. So I'm just trying to delay that side and let my shooting kind of soften some targets up before they get too close. And here's what I didn't think was going to happen. His Vermin Lord flies in and goes right to probably the softest unit on my line, and that's the rifle guys. I have the brew or the keen eye brew on them, and they're hitting on 4s and they're piercing too, so they can definitely put some hurt on higher defensive stuff. And he knows that threat is there, and he just goes for it immediately. And I'm feeling stupid, but what else am I gonna do? I can't really. I couldn't back up out of his range. So, yeah, and I wanted to get around to shooting with him. I don't know. It seems like in this game, once you push up and you kind of pin opponents down, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you're always going to make your charge, and as long as they're in range. So that part of the game I'm still struggling with, how to actually avoid charges, and I'm sure there's you got to chaff and counter charge, blah blah blah. And that's the way I got to do it. I got to get thinking like that. So I'm trying to make that adjustment. The rest of his lines do shuffle up. He's keeping his weapons team well protected. I didn't realize how good they actually are, and you'll see later in the game. There's something to be feared. They have pretty low nerve. I think it's like 9/11, and so you got to try to take them out, as I learn later in the game. On his right side, yeah, he's just pushing up. The A-bomb's coming up. I don't know if I got a picture of that, but he's threatening. And what you don't see in this picture is that this Vermin Lord actually bounced off. He did 5 wounds. I think they're like 12, 14 nerve. So I had a good chance of sticking, especially with Inspiring really close. My Damsel Wizard has the Inspiring gem, so she's very aspiring too. So that gives me a 9-inch range on Aspiring, and that's kind of the way I set this army up. I wanted to have enough Aspiring across the line to help them, to benefit them, and the rule for Kings of Men is that they get a 9-inch Inspiring. Right, so turn 2, Kingdom of Men. On this side, I take the foot guard. I'm kind of calling the foot guard for the rest of the game, whether it's the foot guard or not, I don't remember. I take them into the slave unit. I'm hoping they're going to get through them pretty quickly. I take my general and fly him into the slave unit. I know if I don't pop them, the counter charges are coming. I'm not sure if this unit's going to be able to get in. If I don't route this unit, but it's all part of this idea that I want to hold up this left side and try to really hit the center as hard as I can. And over here, I reformed the gun guys to face this way because I know I had the counter charge here with the knights. This is going to be really nice. The knights, I think, have like 32 attacks in the flank, so I'm hoping I can pop him pretty quick and get him out of the way, get him out of my backfield, and see how that goes. Bring the wizard up just in case. I think I put Bane Chant on somebody here. Didn't bother with a lightning bolt. I get the Beast of War and my other knight unit charging with the Pathfinder, which is a great little upgrade for them. and fly them through here on this big horde of slaves. I'm hoping to pop them and get them out of the way pretty quick. Also, I move the other unit, my other horde, up so that I can protect the flank of the beast in case anything goes wrong in the center. With that, I was exposing my flank to his abomination. So I use my general up here to chaff him up. It's probably not the best usage of him, but I don't want that abomination getting in on the flank just yet. I'm just trying to delay this side and try to take care of the middle. And I mean, I'm not sure if this is the best tactic. This is legitimately my very first game of Kings of War. I'm kind of, resorting to my Warhammer experience, and some things are the same, some things are a lot different. So I'm learning as I go here. Move the archers up. I'm just taking shots, I think, at his Ratkin guys there. And over here, my ballista and the catapult have been absolutely on fire. I got 12 wounds on this unit. I think their nerve is somewhere around 22, 24, something like that. So it's a start, and that's kind of the way I feel about Kingdom of Men, is that they don't really excel in any given spot. I would say, with the exception of the Beast of War, I think that's a great model to have in the army. But I feel like it's kind of just death by 1,000 cuts. I like the shooting that they have, but with Kings of War, I just feel like you just got to constantly be having your opponent taking nerve tests, or at least rolling nerve tests for your opponent. And any way you can get those wounds on, I think it's important, especially in the late game. Don't know if that's the way other people feel, but so far, in my experience, that's kind of how I've been thinking. Only got one wound on these guys. I guess one's better than none. They got to take a nerve test, right? So, but they didn't go anywhere, and these guys don't go anywhere. On this left side, I did pop the slave unit. That's awesome. And I decided to go up 6 inches. I know these guys can make the charge. I'm just going to try to get them out further and not give them any free ground whatsoever. Over here, yeah, general only does 4 wounds. They do stick, and I just bounce back there. Yeah, it's just another shot of the wounds there. Oh, it's Venom Lord, or Vermin Lord. I bounce off of him. He has 13 wounds on him. He is wavered at this point, so he's not going to be able to countercharge me. But it delays me yet another turn, and I even have a marker here for Bane Chant. I totally forgot that I had it on them, and that might have helped me, but yeah, it's brutal. So he's still there, and in the center, I bounce off this slave unit. I did put a lot of wounds on him. They're not wavered, though. I think I rolled pretty low. He was inspiring also. Yeah, I got 15 wounds on him. I'm not sure what their nerve is, probably 21, 23, I think. But I remember I did rout them, but inspiring saw me roll like a 1 and a 2, so they stick around. I just bounce off of those guys. So turn 3 rat. Over here, I think this is after combat, actually. He was able to fit both of these guys in, so he made a charge. I have 7 wounds on the general, and they bounce back. He is wavered. I think that's what I'm using that token for. The Rat Ogre guys, they make quick work of my shield wall over there, foot troops, whatever they're called. Over here, what he decided to do was he countercharged the beast, and he used the rat guys, the weapons team, to shoot my knights. And I think that he did a pretty decent amount of wounds. I think they're actually wavered. Let me take a look here. Yeah, I got 4 wounds on the tank. These guys bounce off, and he just refaces his Vermin Lord to face this charge that's definitely going to come the next turn. And over here, these guys bounce off. They only did 4 wounds to my horde. That's awesome. They have 5 wounds or 6 wounds on them themselves. I guess through shooting. I didn't charge them. I don't know. On this side, he reconfigures his abomination. I'm not sure why he didn't go in here, but I mean, he still has charges lined up against my archers and can really kind of swoop into this right side. I really don't know how the game's going right now. I know his Vermin Lord's going to die. I got pressure on both flanks, and I'm hoping that my war machines and my guns are going to be enough to kind of soften things up. that I can take care of at least one of the flanks and then reposition. I'm pretty tied up in the middle. I'm hoping the slave unit gets popped soon, and perhaps this unit here gets popped soon. So yeah, we'll see how everything works out. Yeah, that's just a shot. We're kind of playing a little dance here. I don't think the A-bomb can get through and charge those guys. I'm kind of giving it up to the rat guns. If he wants to send them all the way over here, that's fine. That buys me another turn. So yeah, I'm not sure how that's all going to play out. So Kings of Men turn 3. Not much I can do with my general since I am wavered. I do take the knights back into his Vermin Lord. I take my knights and the beast into his slave block in the middle. I countercharge with the halberd guys here, and I bring my BSB over, just trying to get some inspiring presence to these guys, because I'm pretty sure my general's going to probably get popped next turn. And I'm just kind of getting away from the rat ogres on that left side. There's a nicer picture of it, all the action. Bringing the archers up, just taking pop shots at these guys, just trying to get those wounds off any way that I can. My BSB also has boomstick, so he has lightning bolt. So what I'm trying to do here is, I don't feel like anything really needs Bane Chant, so I'm casting 2 lightning bolts. I got both of my war machines. I got archers here. I got bows on these guys. I'm just trying to do wounds so that I can clean up things later. He doesn't really have ranged threats besides his weapons team, and they're pretty limited of what they can see. So I'm kind of I'm trying to protect this right flank and just try to get these units off the table. My turn, I do back these guys up. Just saying, hey, come on in, come on in into these impassable building areas so that you're out of the game for the rest of the game. I don't think Rob's dumb enough to fall for it. Over here, in the center, I do pop the big slave block. That's awesome. I do pop his Vermin Lord and face the other direction to prepare for this flank. And the knights, I don't think I had any room to reposition them, the left-hand knights, to position them in any way. I don't know what the result here was. It looks like he has 5 wounds on him. Yeah, other than that, that's the way it looks. Turn 4, rats. He decides to stick the slaves into the general this time, and I guess back up a little bit with the storm vermin. And his ogres make the charge. Well, not that they couldn't make the charge. They charge into the ballista, and that'll be a quick dead ballista. He moves his weapons teams. He's going to be taking shots at the knights, who don't look like they have any wounds yet, so he must not have shot last turn. Maybe he couldn't. I'm not really sure. And just a shot of that. And yeah, he makes this. I keep saying he makes this charge like it's something that's not going to happen. He charges into my bowman unit. That's fine. They were pretty much just acting as chaff on this side anyway, and that sets up a nice counter charge for my knights. And that's a big part of Kings of War, just kind of trying to predict what your opponent's going to do and set up those counter charges. Seems to be one of the most important phases of the game. That I feel like shooting's really important too, but anyway. Over here, yeah, this general's dead. He was even not the 6-up general, but making me roll another nerve test was enough to do it. And yeah, the ballista is obviously dead. I still have shots here from these guys. I'm going to try to get some wounds on those big ogres, and see what happens. Over here, oh, this is my knights. The weapons team shot off the knights. They failed their nerve test, and they died. So yeah, those weapons teams are pretty nasty. The archers get 5 wounds and bounce off of the A-bomb, so that's pretty amazing, because I think their nerve is 9/11, and so 5 wounds, you're looking at a 6 on dice. They were inspiring, so got lucky there. Turn 4 men. What I do here, I reposition the archers so that my knights can actually fit in against the A-bomb, and I also charge the scouts in on the other side. So 2 flank attacks here. I'm getting 32 attacks here. I think I'm getting 14 attacks from the scouts. That's a lot of damage, so I'm hoping that's enough to get that A-bomb out of the way. Yeah. And my shots only do 3 wounds to this guy, but again, when you're forced to nerf tests, at least you have a chance to get rid of a unit. And I get 2 shots. I get a wound on one of the weapons team, and another wound on another one, probably from the ballista here, and a lightning bolt from one of my heroes. And another shot, like I said, forcing those nerve tests. So I did some shooting to the storm vermin and popped that whole horde. That's the name of the game, boys. That's the name of the game. And there's a close up of my steam tank for my Death's Heads army, where they all painted their faces to look like skeletons. I really love that model. It's one of my favorites in my collection. And over here, yeah, we kill the A-bomb and reposition. Now I'm getting prepared to face any threat that's on this left side, which is the ogres. And these gun ogres are in the woods. He had his one of his casters brought over here. I do pop his other unit, so things are looking good now. That was a big phase, I think, a big turn for the Kingdom of Men. And we're going to see how it goes out. Rats come in. He charged the... I don't know where he... I guess he didn't charge anybody. Oh, no, yeah, that's right. He charged the scouts, popped them. I didn't set up any counter charges on that side, so that's kind of silly, but I do have the archers to chaff up if I need to on turn 6. And not much else happened that turn. Turn 5, I take the knights into these rat ogres, and I'm not hindered in the woods because they were actually in the woods, but my models didn't go on the woods. I take my BSP into one of his weapons teams, which probably was like this stupid decision. I didn't even look at his profile. He only has 1 attack, so yeah, he's going to bounce off there. Beast in the other one, that should be pretty easy to finish up. And my horde, I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. Did I turn them around? Oh yeah, there's the banner. So yeah, I just turned them around in case the rat ogres come in. At least they can take the charge into the front. And I set the archers up so that if he wants to charge them, he can charge them and not have to worry about them getting into the rear of the knights. And shooting does a lot of wounds, and I pop the rat guns. That's awesome. I would cast a lightning bolt. The Treb's still alive. The archers just forcing those nerve tests. And over here, I pop the other rats, and it bounces off, and of course, I kill the other one. So things are looking pretty good. Rats... his magic and shooting actually takes off this horde here, making the game a little closer, and I think that's the end. He wasn't able to get any more points. I bring my general up, or my BSB up here with the lightning bolt, take a shot at his boy, but this guy hiding behind the mountain here. But I wasn't able to pop him, and that's the end of the game. It was a pretty convincing win for the Kingdoms of Men, and it was my first game, so I was really excited about it. And that's it. I got another battle report coming up. I'm playing elves, and so we'll catch you on the next one.